This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So it has been less than a single month, and the FBI, as well as several other intelligence organizations, are investigating the Donald Trump administration for what could be violations spanning the spectrum from impropriety to full-blown treason. National Security Advisor Mike Flynn abruptly quit yesterday after it was revealed that he and Donald Trump had lied about his contact with the Russian ambassador Kislyak. Contact which attempted to undermine the stated foreign policy objectives of the United States of America. Now, we're learning from both current and former high-level American intelligence officials that several phone records and intercepted calls prove that key members of Donald Trump's presidential campaign had repeated contact with senior Russian intelligence officials. The entire year leading up to the election this was happening, which we now know Russia had a meddling influence in. Again, so it's not lost on anyone, and because it bears repeating, members of Donald Trump's campaign, which has thus far vehemently denied it, had contact with Russian spies. This happened in the months leading up to the very same election, which Donald Trump won with Russia's assistance. This information is coming out the same day that Press Secretary Sean Spicy Spicer repeated Donald Trump's earlier promises that nobody from the campaign had contact with Russian officials before the election. Once again, they are all a bunch of lying liars who lie. FBI, as well as multiple intelligence agencies, intercepted these calls at the very same time that they were uncovering Russia's sinister plot to disrupt our presidential election by hacking into the DNC. These intelligence agencies are learning about the likelihood of the Donald Trump campaign operating in tandem with the Russians on the hacking or other efforts of sabotage in our election. These trusted law enforcement and intelligence officials say that the most alarming aspect of this was the insane amount of contact that was occurring between the campaign and the Russian intel services, all while Donald Trump was in the middle of a love fest related to Vladimir Putin on the campaign trail. They say that at the same time Trump's campaign was constantly on the phone with Russian spies, Donald Trump was publicly asking the Russians to hack into, steal, and make public Hillary Clinton's emails, which they did. One of the key Donald Trump campaign officials these U.S. officials were willing to put out there on the record was Paul Manafort, who was Donald Trump's campaign chairman for several months before being forced out in disgrace after his possible illegal ties with Russia were revealed. Look, sometimes what isn't said is just as important as what is. These intel officers wouldn't discuss what was on the call, which means they know what was on the call, which also means it is only a matter of time before we know, before the American people do. It is time we get on with the inevitable and impeach and remove Donald Trump from office. He has been in the White House for fewer than 30 days. Our nation is better than this, and we deserve more. Step down, Donald, or you'll be removed by force.